Welcome back to another episode of Wigged Out with Michael. And on today's episode, I'm going to be showing you the Sea Dart 2. And we're going to be doing a Get Ready With Me video. So stay tuned. So, as promised, I said that I would do a get ready video and I would show you the Sea Dart. So, I'm going to try to do both in this video. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing or if this is even a good setup. So, I really don't wear a lot of makeup on a daily basis. I do take care of my skin though. Like, that is one thing that I'm kind of really anally retentive about. And I do a lot of things like, I like face masks. We've all seen the black peel off mask that broke the internet a couple years ago. I use that quite frequently. I also use something really old-fashioned. I like toner. I usually use this before I put on any makeup. I've already done all the things that I usually do to my face. So the first thing I love this stuff. And Jeffree Star did a comparison of this. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. I literally live. It's nice consistency. I just kind of put it on my problem spots. You just blend it in like moisturizer. And this is a good product for all ages. It makes your skin... I've even put it on and not had makeup on. And it comes out... See, it kind of blurs everything. See that? Blurs everything. But the most important thing about any makeup routine is you have to start with a clean base. So I did that today, washed my face, scrubbed it till it's squeaky clean. I'm actually happy that I happened to see Barbara at Take Control Beauty. Barbara, she mentioned this tip that she had seen from Wayne Goss, and I'm sure you guys all know who Wayne Goss is. And I've been having a really hard time getting my foundation to stick. For whatever reason, I would put it on and I would touch my skin and it was getting on everything else and not staying on me. So I actually found a solution to that. One of my favorite products is actually the Airspun loose powder. It's kind of really old school. This is just this is just the original translucent. And I take a little bit of that and I take a brush, and just like as if you were setting your makeup, I know what you're thinking, this is going to show all of my cracks and crevices. It's not. I thought that too. So I literally dust because I have an oily complexion, this helps keep the makeup on, especially if I put on a lot of moisturizer. So I just kind of put a light dusting of powder all over. So I've had a crazy week. Sorry I didn't put the video up sooner. We took the boat out of the water. And, Coast Guard comes to inspect it. But before they come to inspect it, we have a little bit of sandblasting done under the waterline. You should, do that every couple of years. No big deal. While when you're dealing with a 67-year-old boat with its original engine, it can become a big deal very quickly. So we found a few holes. So there was a lot of work involved with that. We're currently running a fundraiser. I'll leave the link down below. As you guys all remember, I was talking about a hole. Well, this is the worked out, cut out hole. Pretty big, don't you think? You know what they say about boats? Dig a hole the size of the boat and just start filling it up with money. It's not the initial cost, it's the upkeep. The Sea Dart 2 is a 65-foot ex-Army T-boat. It was built in 1954. She weighs 90 tons. And she's still fitted out with her original engine, her Buddha diesel, which has not been manufactured since 1947. She is our Sea Scout boat and a historic vessel. She's one of the last remaining T-boats to maintain her original appearance. Most T-boats you'll see now have been altered beyond recognition. So she truly is one of the last of her kind. Oh, there's Jimmy, always painting. Say hi, Jimmy.
Hi. Pizza time.
We still have to. The company that did the welding was actually really good to us, and gave us a break and gave us, but we still need to raise the money to pay them back. So now what I'm doing is, I know this is crazy, but sometimes I don't wear foundation, but I will take my setting spray because like I said, my skin is so oily. This is what keeps my makeup on all day. And I will spray my face, just a tiny bit before I put foundation on. And always, secret to these is always make sure they're wet. And then I just kind of tap whatever setting spray is left. Now, I use different foundations. I've got L'Oreal Infallible. It's okay. It's okay. My favorite right now, and the one that I'm obsessed with, is the Candid. The Revlon Candid. So, there's multiple ways you can do this. Some people put it on their face. Some people put it on the sponge. I put it on the back of my hand. And that's enough. That's all I use. So, I take and I put it on my sponge, and I start from the center of my face. You always want to start from the center. It's usually where people are going to look at you. And this makeup I'm going to do for you guys is going to be a very natural finish. This is my everyday, I just want to look like I've been slightly photoshopped. So, like I was saying with the Sea Dart, it's been a crazy week. We got all the work done. She's back in the water, and we took her home last night. She ran beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. See that nice finish that I'm getting? But as you can see, I have a little bit of pink undertone today. So I'm going to add a little bit of something that I use occasionally, and I'll use it right around my redness areas. And don't forget to blend. And as you guys can see, my skin is not perfect. Far from it. Just making sure I get this all in there before I go put on the next step. So, I want to conceal this spot, and I also want to cover this up. So, I have the best product in the world for that, and that is the L'Oreal Paris BB Cream Color Corrector. This one is in light, And just a little tiny bit will go a long way. And I use this to get rid of my redness. This is the one thing that I have found. See that? Just boom, gone. Slowly deleting that redness. Because this is really my main issue with my face, is because I have lupus. I tend to have a red tint to my face all the time. I need a little bit more of that. So yeah, I do all kinds of crazy stuff on the weekend. You know, old boats, you name it. When about 6 years ago, I actually released a movie, an animated movie. I built the model of the Queen Mary that's, in Long Beach. And I'm obsessed with ships. Have been since I was a little kid. Started with Titanic. And then I discovered, how does that look? There you go. We have deleted the redness. So now that I've deleted my redness, the next thing I put on my face is powder to set all this stuff so it does not move. And I like to try to maintain as you can see, nothing cakey. I like a very natural finish. And this is all working so well because of the e.l.f. Poreless Primer and because of this lovely setting spray, which I forgot to mention the setting spray. It's made by, believe it or not, Drew Barrymore has a company called Flower. I picked this up at CVS, about $14-15, but it's the greatest. I mean, I've used to use MAC. This is a pretty good, for me, that's the good stand-in for that. And it leaves it a nice dewy finish. So then I just take powder and I just kind of dab it on my face. We'll get to the blending part in a minute. I just like to set everything, keeping it from moving. I don't do too much makeup. Like when I wear makeup, sometimes I won't even if I have a zit, sometimes I leave it out because I know that sounds weird, but I just don't want to look like I'm perfect. I want to look human still. So I don't want to give anybody a false idea. So now I'm going to put some concealer on. And this is the Infallible Total Coverage. They have several, as you can see, that I really like to use this one here. So I'm going to just take that. And I have a spot here that I don't like. That's a little, just tap it with my finger. I like to use my finger the most to do a lot of my product application. With eyeshadows, I usually use brushes. I have a little bit of something there. And just a little bit right here around my nostrils. They tend to get very red with me. So I just go like this. I just want you guys to see that, I don't really put much makeup on. I hope this tutorial isn't boring or not tutorial, but this get ready with me isn't boring because I really don't wear a lot of makeup. So now we've done this. We're all blended. I went and bought it's the cheapest blush, and I have literally been using the heck out of it. I like it. It's it's made by Essence. I don't know if that's a Walgreens or CVS brand, but I don't usually wear a lot of blush, but when I do wear it, put it right. I don't put it where most people put it. I put it kind of above my cheekbone and on my cheekbone. And if you're going for that natural flush look, you want to have a little on your nose, chin, and your forehead. And now I'm just going to swirl whatever product that's left on this brush around my face. Okay. One of my favorite things to do is I like to travel a lot. That's one of my absolute favorite things. I like airplanes a lot. I like flying. I like boats. What did I do with that? Okay, so usually the next step, and it depends on what I'm doing. Like, so if like I'm going to the seed art, I might just put a little bit of this eyebrow, which it's brow stylist, brow set. Yep, brow set, volumizing brow mascara. My eyebrows are they're dark, but sometimes, like if I'm wearing a blonde wig or certain hairstyles, I really like to darken them down. I love the aesthetic. I like the way it looks. I'm a very simple, classic, not too much. Less is more. I like to think that, well, for me, it's less is more. As you can see, we're just bringing my eyebrows to where you can actually see them. Okay. Like I always say, eyebrows set the stage. You gotta have them. Nice, thick, vol, just nice and thick. And my eyebrows are sisters. They're not twins. I wish they were sisters, but they don't. And if they are sisters, they're not talking to each other. This one's slightly thinner than this one. I just learned to deal with it years ago. So after that, I usually will put mascara on, which is a new thing for me. But I've also discovered this other product. It's a Smart Lash, and I put it on my eyelashes and to make them grow. And they've actually gotten they get darker and they get longer. So other than that, I mean, my makeup, I haven't put some chapstick on. And I suck at doing this. So if you feel the need to laugh. Is anybody good at putting mascara on? I mean, I watch these YouTube videos sometimes and I watch people put it on and I go, oh, I wish I could do that. Me, I'm like sitting here looking up at the ceiling with my tongue stuck out, looking like a fool. My eyelashes have substantially, and I usually don't, I put like one coat on. Just enough to let them know that they're here. I don't like to wear too much makeup out in public. I don't want to shock anyone. Speaking of that, like, it literally... Jimmy, can you stop swearing? Speaking of that, I think a lot of people get me misunderstood. They think RuPaul, it's David Bowie, sweetie. Everybody should do everything that they want to do in this life. Because there's not, life is short. And I learned a long time ago, and I wish, everybody would come to this way of thinking, which is this. Life is short. And gender is biological. Everything else is a construct of society. Some people look at me and they think, oh, he's, transitioning. I'm not transitioning in any way, shape, or form. I'm just kind of doing me. I just do me. I feel like life is short. You should enjoy what's around. You know, why be limited? And I love I love trying new things. I mean, I don't want to feel bad because I think the earrings are pretty, or I like this Nivea. Nivea makes some of the greatest products, and these are. I have a really, I have a really hard time during the winter, and they make these wonderful lip balms and cherry, watermelon, strawberry, and they're tinted, so they just give my lips just that little bit of. Now, during the summer, when I get tan, I actually will use this bronzing palette, which another little cheapy thing. I like it. Name brand is not necessarily, and I use the lightest one that you see here right now, mainly because it would just look really, really goofy. So if I want to add like and with bronzer, I don't like to accentuate my cheekbones. I feel like my cheekbones stand out enough. Like I do not need to. So I usually with bronzer, I'll just put a light dusting all over my face. And then this, guys, this is usually what I end up looking like. Just give me 1 second, I'll throw on a wig and you'll get to see the final look. Alright guys, so throw my wig on. Here we are. This is how I get ready on an everyday basis. Let me know if you would like me to do more videos like this in the future. Trust me, I would love to do celebrity looks. I would love to, trust me, I got all kinds of ideas. You guys just let me know. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. And I also want to say, you know, this is really fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed all the filming this week. I enjoyed taking the pictures of the seed art. I enjoyed sitting here with you guys and getting ready this morning. So I hope you enjoyed. And I hope that if you're not subscribed, that you'll think about subscribing. This has been another episode of Wigged Out. And until next time, bye guys.